thank you to NetGalley for a free digital arc of this book in exchange for an honest review. For the King is about King Arthur and the people who made him what he is, the chaos surrounding that, and what it takes to cement a kingship. It follows a host of characters from Arthurian legend, and what emerges is a magical, complex, and wholly human tapestry. This book is great for what it is, provided you go into it expecting a book more in line with a new translation of the Iliad or the Odyssey than some of the mythology reimaginings that are conforming a story to a modern mass appeal storytelling style. Nothing wrong with those, they're just not what this book is. The foreword is definitely necessary in that regard, and it set my expectations very well, which might make this review sound negative, but no, I think For the King does an excellent job at what it sets out to do, and I had a great time with it. The book stands up very well against other modern-ish tellings of Arthurian lore, such as The Once and Future King, and I like this one more. Thematically, prophecy makes up a huge portion of this book, and I loved the exploration of different characters' approaches to it. The debate between control and balance, meddling and acceptance works really well as the through line, connecting a lot of disparate stories. Some of the prose gets a little too melodramatic for my taste at times, but this book does a great job on a page-by-page basis of selling its world as expansive and grandiose. Weiser states that she's taking a character-driven approach, and that definitely succeeds. I felt very emotionally connected to all of the characters, who are varied in personality and incredibly morally complex. I was cheering for Baldric and Nimue, fascinated with Morgan, vaguely disappointed in Arthur. It made a large cast much easier to follow. The book's portrayal of Merlin in particular, who quickly becomes the central antagonist, is great. He's cast such a wide net of control over this story, and so the hints of how it will fall apart are satisfying to see unfold. It's both a timeless portrayal of misuse of power and very prescient in the present political moment, which is even more impressive to me given how true to the source material this book stays. Weiser works very hard to weave everything together, and yes, that leads to some skipping around, a cast of characters that feels too big for this book at times, and an exposition that feels more like an unfocused prologue. At some level, though, those are criticisms I have of Arthurian legend, not this specific book. At every turn, I could feel the author working to make it all more accessible, and I think she succeeds well there. I definitely wish this book had some sort of section at the back with a breakdown of the bigger changes the author made, what's historical, etc. I'm interested in that sort of thing, especially because the amount of care this author has for the source material is evident. I gave this book 4 stars, and I think this is an excellent entry point into Arthurian legend for those who are interested in it. Looking forward to the next installment.